Now what goes on the hummus and what hummus is made of is garbanzo beans. Take a look. This is how real hummus is made. The cooked garbanzo beans, or chickpeas as they are also known, go into the food processor. This is the main ingredient of hummus, but no less important for the final product is the addition of tahina. This is a paste made from ground sesame seeds and is often served as a dish on its own. Then we add some lemon juice. This too is important for tantalizing the taste buds. Of course, we add what in my personal opinion is the key element, a touch of garlic. The Abu Ghosh brand is renowned for its flavor of garlic. Next, we put in several spoonfuls of salt. Each step in the process is essential. Only the best hummus can be served to restaurant patrons anxiously awaiting their meals. We add ice water to the mixture to give the hummus the right texture and temperature. Then comes the long wait, 4 or 5 minutes of blending. We can speed up this process in the editing room. Now don't tell anybody how you make hummus. This is a secret in this country because that's what brings you back all the time. But let's try it. Perfecto. As they say in Arabic, montaz. So here's a typical Middle Eastern meze. We have eggplant down here and the hummus that you saw in the kitchen, and wonderful pita bread with za'atar. All that green stuff is the za'atar. And then we have, of course, something very healthy, beet salad, more eggplant, and matbucha. Matbucha is a kind of a spicy tomato salad. But listen, guys, the best is go for the blessing. Go for the hummus, stick it in that wonderful dish, and go, sababa. In Israel, Abu Ghosh is a model of good neighborly relations between Arabs and Jews. The secret is blessing and not cursing one another.
In Jerusalem, just because the name of Little Abu Ghosh is known, since the first day I opened my restaurant, I've had success and have continued with the restaurant for 20 years. Abu Ghosh is the hummus capital of the world. And here you have sweets, kanafe, baklawa, Arab sweets. You are most welcome.
This is kanafe. This is homemade in the city of Abu Ghosh. It's goat cheese with a fine golden crumb and a syrup put on it, and it is sababa.
Every day I eat a kilo of the stuff.
There's a saying in Arab tradition that the man who eats lots of kanafi will have many children. More power to you. Since the time of the Gibeonites, friendly relations have prevailed in this vicinity. The main highway to Jerusalem passes next to Abu Ghosh. Again, the road was the scene of terrorist-inspired carnage in July 1989 in what is considered the first suicide attack. 14 civilians died and 30 were injured as the bus plunged into the wadi below, erupting into flames. Yet, Arabs from Abu Ghosh were among the first to reach the site of the terror attack, and they did all they could to extricate survivors from the burning bus. An ambulance arrived from Abu Ghosh and rushed the injured to hospital. On a ridge above Abu Ghosh stands the Church of Our Lady of the Ark of the Covenant, built in 1924 over the remains of a 5th century Byzantine church. Today it belongs to the Sisters of St. Francis. It was in this same place, known in the Bible as Kiryat Yearim, that the Ark of Testimony was kept for many years. The name of the church reflects the Ark's sojourn in Kiryat Yearim.
We read about a man, a priest, that was living here, the house of Avinadav. And when the Ark of Covenant was captured by the Philistines and moved there for 7 months, At the last station, it arrived to Beit Shemesh, and then the people from here, from Kiryat Yarim, went down and took it. It was here in the house of Avinadav. Actually, it was there 20 years, during all the reign time of Saul, King Saul.
This church, Our Lady of the Ark of the Covenant, is on a hill. Wow, look in 2 Samuel 6, verse 3, it says, "So they set the Ark of God on a new cart and brought it out of the house of Aminadab, which was on the hill." Now remember, the ark departed and went down from this hill. Uzzah put out his arm to steady the ark from falling, and God struck him dead. David was so angry with God that he decided not to take the ark anywhere for the time being, so instead he placed it in the house of Obed-Edom the Gittite, which is now below the hill in the area village called Abu Ghosh.
And then Obed-Edom the Gittite took it for 3 months, and what happened? God blessed him so much that David said, if he blessed him so much, why will not bless me? And then he went and took it from Obed-Edom, the Gittite. And I think there is a message. When the Gentiles, they got the Ark of Covenant, then we were jealous why God blessed them. And then we want it back to us. And I think Obed is a kind of type of this blessing that is on the Gentiles, and now it comes back again to David's house.
Excavations on the grounds of this Kiryat Yarim church and convent unearthed evidence that this could well have been the place where the ark was kept before being taken by King David to Jerusalem. Ross Voss was one of the archaeologists who excavated the site, as recorded in this 1995 interview.
And we have so far discovered in about 8 squares that we've opened up houses or rooms from this period of the 10th century when King David was ruling the country of Israel, and his son Solomon as well. And thus far, the character of the buildings that we're uncovering seem to be part of a fortress. The village has a very important biblical history because it was the site where the Ark of the Covenant was resting for 20 years until David brought it to Jerusalem, and later Solomon housed it in the temple that he built.
Even in this church of Kiryat Yarim, you can hear the incredible acoustics. To this day, there are still concerts for Israelis that come up here, as well as praise and worship times amongst the believers. It is exactly what David did in Scripture, where it says in 2 Samuel chapter 6, once again, "So David went and brought in the ark of God from the house of Obed-Edom to the city of David with gladness. Then David danced before the Lord with all of his might. Let's go up to Zion, let's go up to Zion, let's go up to Zion, the city of our God." Thank you for being with us in Roots and Reflections, our program from Israel, bringing you insights to the land of the Bible, its history, natural beauty, people, food, tourism, and much more. Your donations to help produce Roots and Reflections are much appreciated.